guys, welcome back to Ninjago News TV. So yeah, I just watched episode 90 and episode 91 just now, and yeah, I wasn't here yesterday. I was on a camping trip, but I'm back now, so I'll be doing a couple of videos. I have episode 91 predictions, and of course reviews for both of the episodes, as well as episode 92 predictions. So without further ado, let's get started. As I've been doing with my recent videos, I'll analyze the plot of the Ninjago storyline first. It makes it much easier for me to analyze both of these storylines individually, so yeah, that's what I'll be doing. So basically, this episode in Ninjago picks up a little after episode 89 left off, with Mistake actually revealing her identity, and yeah, massive spoiler ahead, she is an Oni. This explains why she could shapeshift, and to be honest, after watching episode 89, I was definitely pretty sure that she was an Oni. Before that, I was leaning towards her being the first Spinjitzu Master's wife, but yeah, I'm not surprised, really. So, basically, the ninja are still in a little house with Mistake, and they're hiding. Dareth is also there, and Skylar. The other elemental masters are in jail. We get to see Ronin, who actually speaks for the first time in Season 9, and Misako, they're all in jail. Another interesting thing to note is that Emperor Garmadon has mysteriously vanished. Kilo and Ultraviolet and Harumi are unable to find him as of now. But, however, later in the episode, Harumi does find Emperor Garmadon actually at the Temple of Resurrection, where he mentions that in the Departed Realm, he saw an eternal night that he's very afraid of, and he wants to protect Ninjago from that, and he wants to overcome that and be strong. With that, he embraces Harumi as his daughter, and forgets that Lloyd is his family. He embraces Harumi as his true family, and regains his strength and power, and I believe he returns then. So after that, Harumi organizes another attack and basically scours the entire city for Lloyd again. And they are unsuccessful. And actually, the resistance is able to lure Harumi, and they are able to capture her. Now, meanwhile, in the first realm, we continue where the last episode left off. And the Dragon Hunters do find Daddy No Legs and Muzzle and actually release them. So yeah. And basically, Faith and the ninja are still traveling. They have those stolen vehicles. And it's not long before the Dragon Hunters do find them, with Jack leading the attack this time. So they go through this canyon. And that's where we see Heavy Metal chain the dragon. But basically, Jack gets on the vehicles and is unable to kill anyone or throw anyone off. But she's able to plant a bug, a tracking device. And the ninja and Faith actually make it to the edge of Dragon Keeper territory, where they do find the Oni territory. And they actually wander in, and they find that the place is completely vacated. They do stumble upon a map of the first realm, and that is where they find the location to the dragon armor. There was a lot of stuff that I thoroughly enjoyed about this episode. My favorite part, by far, is the Garmadon and Harumi interaction that we get. This scene is extremely emotional, and the dialogue in this scene is phenomenal. Harumi's speech right before Garmadon taps her with the sword is my favorite part of the entire episode. Not to mention that fabulous soundtrack, that rendition of Harumi's theme, the piano and violin. I cannot stop listening to that soundtrack. It's beautiful. In addition, Mistake's true identity and that whole reveal makes me enjoy her character a lot more. Up until now, I honestly didn't like her character. She just seemed boring and bland. Now that we know she's Oni, this changes my opinion completely, and knowing her backstory does too. The Dragon Hunter vehicle chase was pretty cool too, as was Iron Baron. When the ninja cross into the Oni territory, Faith realizes that Iron Baron used fear to control the Dragon Keepers, and that whole reveal is quite a twist. Wu is super cool, and this might be one of my favorite forms of Wu to date. I also like that Harumi was captured, and that the tables have turned. The whole plan to capture Harumi was very complex and enthralling as well. And might I mention, again, the violin rendition of Harumi's theme. And yeah, that's definitely one of the best soundtracks of the season. The soundtracks continue to blow me away, and this season may contain some of my all-time favorite soundtracks. What, from the Dragon Keeper theme to the Dragon theme, all the renditions, Sons of Garmadon theme, amazing. And now for some things I wasn't as fond of. I feel like the first round plot was more filler, and I don't like this. I was hoping to see the firstborn dragon or the armor or anything else. All we got in this episode was a speeder chase, pretty much. That being said, the Ninjago plot was exceptional, and the best in the season. However, I'm not too fond of episode 90's first round plot. Alright, I'm going to share my thoughts on the plot first. The Ninjago plot was phenomenal, as I've said. However, I wasn't too fond of the first round plot. That being said, I still found it exciting, but I felt that there could have been more. I give plot 2 out of 2.5 points. And now characters. The characters in this episode were truly amazing. This is the best we've seen. Characters are given a lot of development in this season, and I love that. Rumi was definitely the best in this episode. And other great characters include Faith, Garbodon, and Wu. And if you haven't noticed by now, these are recurring characters for my favorites. Definitely Wu, Garbodon, Faith, and Harumi are all amazing characters. Lloyd as well. These are definitely my 5 favorites for the season if I had to choose. And yeah, I give the characters category full points. And now for action. This episode did have a lot of action. Even though I wasn't as fond of the first round plot, that doesn't mean that it didn't have action. And it definitely had action with that speeder chase, and the Dragon Keepers finding out about Heavy Metal defecting, and then of course the entire Ninjago storyline, which had that really cool scene where they were looking for Mistake and Lloyd and everyone else, and Mistake actually led Harumi away. Not to mention that they actually captured her. So yeah, that's definitely a full points for action. And now emotion. This episode definitely had a lot of emotion. From Faith getting really mad and closing those gates, getting mad at Wu. And then also there was that Garbodon and Harumi scene, which was by far one of the best scenes we've seen in Ninjago when we talk about evil villains and having emotion. That was stunning. That was an amazing scene, and that's how you know the Hadrians are such amazing writers. But yeah, there was a lot of emotion in this episode. It wasn't in your face obvious, especially with stuff like the Faith stuff, but yeah, there was definitely a lot of emotion, so I give that full points. Now, my final score, I give this episode a solid 9.5 out of 10 points. This episode was not my favorite, and it goes only a little below The Gilded Path. That episode still remains my favorite as of now. The only reason was because that episode balanced both plots well. This one didn't really balance the first round plot as well as I would have liked it to. It just didn't have enough going on to me, personally. But yeah, keep in mind, this is my own opinion. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, share with everyone you know. I will see you next time.